Hey, what's up, ladies? Angie here from Experity. And I get a question a lot from our ladies. Hey, if I can't make it to the gym, what can I do at home to build strength and to build lean muscle? Basically, have that toned look we're all looking for. So I want to share my favorite exercises that you can do at home, anytime, anywhere, that are still going to give you that body that you're looking for, and you don't have to go to the gym to do it. So when it comes to building that workout at home, we want to think about training in 4 different ways: push, pull, hinge, and squat. And you know what? Let's also focus on how to build that strong core and abs, and maybe some arms too. Now, you don't need that much equipment to do this. If you have a couple pairs of dumbbells and some different variations of bands, plus your body weight, we can build a full workout at home that's going to make you stronger and make you toned. All right, so how can we work the upper body pushing movements at home? We're gonna stick in the horizontal plane today because it's easiest when you only have body weight to work with at home. Today, we're gonna focus on the push-up, the exercise that can give you so much bang for your buck when done properly. It'll work your arms, your shoulders, your chest, your back, and when it is executed properly, even your core, glutes, and legs will get a workout too. If you are able to do the push-up on the floor, awesome. If not, don't worry. I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and take it from a higher surface to practice it with good form to make sure you're getting the most out of building that lean muscle, and then work your way back down to the floor. But let's start out with the push-up on the floor. What does it look like? So you're going to start with your hands directly under your shoulders, and you're gonna walk your feet back until you're in a nice long straight line. Right here, every muscle is firing. I'm not letting my hips sag, my hips aren't too high. I'm rolling that tailbone under to stay nice and tight through my core. Then I'm gonna go ahead and let my elbows come out at 45 degrees, lowering my chest to the floor, staying tight, and pushing back up. So down and out. Now, if you feel like your hips sag when you do it, you can't come out of the bottom position, then you're probably not quite ready for the full push-up. No big deal. We'll go ahead and elevate your hands to make sure you can still do the movement with good form to get the most out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do that from an elevated surface. Now, this is still pretty low to the ground, so you might have to start at the kitchen counter, maybe against a chair or the couch. Wherever you start, you want to make sure that you are that nice moving plank. So what you would do is go ahead and elevate yourself on the surface and make sure your chest hits the edge of whatever surface you're lowering to. So again, I get my tailbone tucked, I'm tight through my core, every muscle is firing, I pull down to the surface and away. Push away. And then when it starts to become easier and easier, you just work closer to the ground. So how many reps should you do? However many you can do with good form. Maybe that's 8, maybe it's 10. Anywhere though, between 8 and 15 reps is great for building the muscles in that upper body. All right, how can we do pulling movements at home? Pulling movements are great for building up those back muscles. We're also gonna work the arms as well. So what I would recommend is using a longer band for pulling exercises. And here's my favorite one to do at home. You're gonna start by wrapping the band around your feet and keeping your legs straight. From here, I'm gonna get my shoulders pulled back, I'm gonna reach down at the edge of the band for my feet, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull my elbows back towards my hips, squeezing my shoulder blades together, focusing on really firing those back muscles. So do as many reps as you can to failure. What that means is as many reps as you can with good form. Make sure though, the last rep still looks like the first one. It's super important. And you'll be working those back muscles with pulling movements at home. All right, what can you do at home to build the hamstrings and the booty? We call this the hinge pattern. And a great place to start is a glute bridge because you might not have that much equipment at home. So for the glute bridge, you're gonna start by laying flat on your back with your knees bent. Now, a few key points before you get started. Make sure that your feet are pointed forward, your heels are about a foot away from your butt, and that your back is flat to the ground. When you crush your back to the floor, that makes sure that your core stays nice and engaged so you can then target the glutes. So what I'm gonna do is getting my starting position, crush my back to the ground, drive through my heels, and squeeze my glutes all the way through to the top. Now, since you're doing just body weight with this, you can do as many reps as you want with good form while you feel that booty burn. But let's say you're ready to add on a little bit. You want more of a challenge. You can start with that mini band. So for the mini band, you're gonna bring it over the feet, right under the knees. This is gonna give us an additional challenge. Again, lay flat on your back, crush your back to the ground, get those toes forward. Now this time, as you drive up, you're gonna think about pushing your knees open to get a little bit more focused and tension on the glutes. Come right back down, squeeze at the top, push that band apart, and you're gonna feel an additional challenge. All right, so that got easy. Now what? Time to bring in that dumbbell. So I'm gonna kick that band off, and you're gonna take your dumbbell and put it right across your hip line. So I'm gonna put it right there, get on into my starting position, and now I have even more resistance that I'm working with to target the hamstrings and glutes. So I drive through those heels, squeeze all the way through to the top, and that's how you do the glute bridge. And again, focus on doing as many reps as you can with good form, and when it starts to get easy, you can change it up with all these different variations from body weight to the band to the dumbbell. All right, so let's start out with that squat variation first. Now, if you are just starting out and you've never done a squat before, using your body weight is totally fine. And if you're gonna do that, just a couple key points you wanna think about. Choose whatever base stance feels good for you. And you're gonna sit your hips back and down, butt right between the knees, keeping a nice tall chest. You can do anywhere between 10 and 15 reps, more if it's feeling really good. Just make sure you do every single rep with good form. Now, in order to build muscle and to get the most out of your workout, you want to make sure you're working at a level that's appropriate for you. So if you get really good at body weight squats, it's time to add some resistance. All right, my first favorite way to add resistance is with a mini band. So with that mini band, you're gonna go ahead and put it around your feet. Right under the knees will be perfect. Take that stance again that's comfortable for you, and now you have the resistance of the band to feel your quads and your glutes working a little bit more. Nothing changes with the pattern of the squat though. We still sit our butt back and down, thinking about pushing that band apart to really feel your glutes and your quads turn on, and come right back up. Push those knees open on the way down, knees open on the way up. All right. Now you've mastered that, and you're like, well, I'm ready for another challenge. So let's go ahead and switch to the dumbbells. So now, kick that off. You can grab those pair of dumbbells. Hold them right there at your chest, and this is gonna give you even more resistance in the band. You can still stick with that same rep scheme, 10 to 15. Nothing changes again, sitting that butt back and down, squeezing all the way through, tall and tight at the top. So no matter if you're just starting with body weight, progressing to the mini band, or the dumbbells, hit this easy exercise at home, and you'll be building those glutes and quads really, really nicely. All right, time to work the arms. Let's focus on the biceps first. So if you have that mini band or that long band with the handles, let's start there. All right, we're gonna start with this mini band. Now, most important thing when we're doing bicep curls with it is keeping resistance on it the whole time. So you're gonna wrap it around your wrist and push your hands apart. From here, you're gonna start hands by your hips, curl your thumbs all the way up to your shoulders, keeping resistance on it the whole time. And you can see that bicep working. Now, again, you can keep in that 10 to 15 rep range or do as many as you can with good form. Remember, another variation we can do is with the handle with the band. All right, so I'm gonna grab that handle band, place it right under my feet, And nothing changes with the movement. Elbows still stay tight to the body, focusing on just using the bicep. So curling that band up to your shoulders, nice and controlled on the way down, really focusing on getting into that bicep. All right, 10 to 15 reps. Now, if that starts to become easy with the band and you need a way to change it up, this is where we can move on to the dumbbells. So in this case, you would grab that pair of dumbbells, but again, the movement doesn't changing. We're just trying to give our bicep more of a challenge to keep building that nice lean muscle. So elbows by the side, curling those palms right up to the shoulders, squeezing the handles, making sure you get right into that bicep. So I would recommend doing anywhere between 3 to 5 rounds, 10 to 15 reps, or to fatigue with good form to feel that bicep working. Let's work the backs of the arm, the triceps. Every woman I talk to really wants to firm this up. So again, let's start with the band. I would recommend using your band with the handles for this. And what you're gonna do is step on that band, and then you're gonna take a bent over position for this. We're gonna do tricep kickbacks. So what I mean by that is you're gonna push your butt back and you're gonna stay nice and flat through your upper back and your lower back. So you don't wanna be arched, you don't wanna be dipped too much. You're gonna draw your belly button in to stay tight through your core so then you can be nice and long to that back, elbows tight to the side, and you're gonna kick your pinkies back behind you. So my elbows aren't really swinging, they're staying glued to my side, and I'm focusing on kicking back and squeezing with that tricep. All right, so now, if that becomes easy after you hit your 10, 15 reps or more, you can move on to the dumbbells. So again, taking my dumbbells, standing right here by my sides, pushing my butt back, flat through my back. I'm gonna kick those dumbbells back, squeezing hard at the triceps, nice and controlled on the way up. I wanna show you 3 different exercises you can do for your shoulders at home. So let's start with front raises. For front raises, we're gonna use that mini band. What you're gonna do is start with the mini band, again, around your wrist. And you're gonna focus on pushing it out to have resistance on it the whole time. Now remember, we're trying to work the shoulder here. So what we're gonna do is get our shoulders out of our ears for the start, because we don't wanna get tension up here in the traps. We're trying to build the shoulders, not the traps. So what we're gonna do, shoulders down, push that band apart, and nice and slow, you're gonna bring those hands up to about shoulder height and nice and slow back down. And let me tell you, after you do about 10 to 15 of those, you're gonna feel those shoulders screaming. All right, so nice and slow and controlled. And then, that's how you can do front raises with the bands. Now this one we're gonna do is called upright rows. So for the upright row, you start by standing on the band. Then you're gonna keep your palms close to your body and think about your elbows coming up to the sky. So I pull up, elbows to the sky, nice and slow and controlled, back down. Okay, I'm gonna show you from the profile, elbows up, getting into that shoulder, keeping the bands tight to your body. So 10 to 15 reps or till you feel like you can't do anymore. Now we're gonna go into lateral raises. So we practiced front raises with the mini band, we did upright rows with the long band, and now a different variation you can do are lateral raises with the dumbbells. So you're gonna start with those dumbbells right by your legs. You're gonna just take a slight bend forward and have a slight bend in the elbow. Then you're gonna lift your palms up to the sky, even with those shoulders. Again, nice and controlled, trying not to swing when you do it so you can really focus on isolating in the shoulder. So that's 3 different ways you can work the shoulders at home. So those are some of my favorite exercises to do for an at-home workout. And if you're wondering how to put it all together, I would just recommend setting a timer for 30 minutes, staying in that 10 to 15 repetition range, and do as many rounds as you can. And next time you come back to do that workout again, just try to aim for more rounds. All right, well, if you have any questions, be sure to comment below, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get more videos just like this one, and we will see you on the next one.